Hey everybody, welcome to the Stock Car Spectacle. I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Mike Gamble.
And I'm Nick Kinzel.
And we're in for another edition of Kinzel's Classroom. Professor, take it away.
Saddle up, boys. Class is in session. Welcome to another edition of Kinzel's Classroom. For this week's show, we're going to be doing both Pocono races combined as one. So
it's a double test.
It's a double test. We're looking at finishes here from both races and getting our grades based off of that. So, boys, strap in. Let's get this thing going. First driver on my class roster, the 22 car of Joey Logano. Race number 1, got a stage win, finished P36. Race number 2, wasn't there all day, finished P24. It's been a rough past couple races for car number 22. Pocono was not kind to him. Mike Gamble, what do we got here for Joey Logano?
I'm going to go with a C- to a D+, and only because he got the stage win, which is a savior. Look, again, if you guys watch the Gambler's Picks, you know he was my driver to stay away from this weekend, and the proof is in the pudding. Once again, he was dog poo-poo, did not look good. The stage win was a savior, but once again, like we talked about in our review show, which if you haven't watched, go check it out. Seemed like most of any car, like once they got to the front, really the fall off and getting the clean air, it seemed like a lot of cars, even underfunded cars, weren't really losing positions that much. So they really missed on their setup and their strategy, and that stage win was the closest thing to a saving grace they had.
Right. Well, I'm gonna have to disagree with you here, bud. I'm gonna use a famous Connor Bunn line here. He might have passed the test in race number 1 by getting the stage win, but he still fails the damn class because not just he put on 2 poor performances here, but even the last race was pretty bad for him. So yes, this probably doesn't really matter to him right now because he's already locked into the playoffs with 2 wins, but he still want to go out there and run well. So Joey Logano, I'm seeing you after class, bud. That's an F.
Man, you put the first guy in the Breakfast Club.
Oh, yeah.
The professor is playing for keeps today.
To start off with some excitement today, boys.
Oh, right. For sure.
Second driver on my list. Again, I don't like to play any bias here, but I kind of had to because my boy had a great weekend. Matt Dibenedetto in the 21 car, race number 1, finished P13. He was on that weird strategy because he was running top 5 all in the beginning of that race, and then he got on that weird strategy, and he just kind of couldn't fight back at the end because we did not get a caution. But in race 2, top 5 car all day, ultimately winds up P6. Top 5 speed both races. 21 team is looking stronger of late. At the beginning of the season, I was thinking maybe he's going to be a playoff hopeful, but as we keep going on, I think it's almost going to happen for the 21 team. Ian Jortson, what do you got for me, bud?
You know what? I got to give the 21 team a B+ effort for this weekend. Every race, both races this weekend, Matty D collected stage points in every stage. He got good finishes. P13 in the first race, P6 in the second race. So, yeah, I got to go B+, damn near A-. I mean, that team is just getting better and better, and that driver is getting better and better with the equipment that he's in. I'm excited for the future with Matty D and Wood Brothers.
Oh, absolutely. I'm actually going to step up a little bit. I'm going to give him an A because for the first time this season, Matt Dibenedetto in both of these races, he got stage points in all 3 stages. So it was awesome to see. First time all season. Matty D's in a spot where he needs points. So this was prime time. 21 cars showed up. I was a very happy man at Pocono this past weekend for sure. So moving on. The third driver on my list is the 42 car of Matt Kenseth. Race 1, P11. Race 2, P12. Now, while this might not look flashy on the stat sheet, but we all know Matt Kenseth's been struggling ever since he hopped back in this race car, minus that top 10 at Darlington. These finishes were needed at this point. Mike Gamble, what you got for me?
All right. Remind me real quick, off the top of your head, Mr. Professor, do you remember, did he get any stage points as well? I'm sure he did.
Matt Kenseth.
Not in the first race.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
Okay.
Thing that's been missing here.
All right. Well,
yeah, no stage points at all.
Okay. With that being said, I'm going to bump them down about a quarter grade. I was going to go with a B plus. I'm just going to go with a solid B. Again, Matt Kenseth is a veteran, a champion, and obviously we know about the extremely difficult situation that he's in. Stepping into that 42 ride in some very controversial circumstances. Came out the first race of the year that he raced back post coronavirus lockout, and he looked like the Matt Kenseth of old. Then he struggled for a long time here. Then, looked like this last weekend in Pocono, he's finally starting to get back on track. I think he could still run better. I think he can be a guy that can get into the top 10. We know that car has speed. We saw it when the former driver was in there. We're not going to say his name. I don't see any reason why Kenseth can't get even a little bit better. So very good grade, but there's still a little bit of room for improvement.
Yeah, I gave him a C plus. It's good. He's starting to kind of figure this out again, and I do expect him to be able to run better. So solid C plus for Matt Kenseth. He definitely needed that after he was struggling these past few races. So the fourth driver on my list is that 10 car of Aric Almirola. We talked about him in the review show for Pocono. Race number 1, P3, led a ton of laps. Race number 2, P5. So, yeah, this is 4 straight top 5 finishes for that 10 car. Easily the second best car of Stewart-Haas Racing right now. Ian, what you got?
I got to give Aric Almirola a big fat A plus. He worked his ass off this weekend. He led a lot of laps. Couldn't get back there because, Pocono with this package, it works with you with the clean air, so he couldn't get back up there. But I feel like if we had a different package, I feel like he would have won both races this weekend. So, yeah, I got to give AA number 10 an A plus.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I gave him a B plus to an A minus here because we expect this kind of results out of Stewart-Haas Racing cars. And at the beginning of the year, we weren't really seeing that. But as of late, Aric Almirola in the 10 car is finally stepping up to try and compete with Kevin Harvick here because we all know Kevin Harvick is clearly the best car at Stewart-Haas Racing. But Aric Almirola, he's hanging around there. He's definitely the second best car. So, yeah, it's a solid B plus A minus that I got for him. And then last driver on my list will be the 48 Jimmy Johnson. Race number 1, P21 finish. Race number 2, P16. Kind of got screwed with a couple penalties, but he's really starting to cool off here in these summer months as the competition is starting to heat up. Kind of worries me a little bit because right when we came back, the speed was kind of there. Speed kind of been there all year. Just not his best at Pocono. And it makes me wonder, will victory lane still be in his sights towards the end of the year in his final season? Mike, what you got?
I'm going to go C minus D plus range. Nick, you hit exactly what my thought was is, there's a lot of drivers that are starting to heat up. Aric Almirola, Ryan Blaney, Matt Dibenedetto, so on and so forth. Guys are really starting to find their stride, and he's kind of trending in the wrong direction here. He's starting to kind of slide back a little bit. He was a guy that we thought, and I even went as far as on the Gamblers Picks to say I think it'll be a when, not if he gets that first win. I'm starting to kind of step back on that a little bit because – it's a couple weeks in a row where Jimmy hasn't looked like the 48 we saw the first third of the season or so. So, yeah, I'm going to go with C minus D plus, excuse me. Sneeze action.
But, yeah, I have to agree with you. I give him a D plus because, like you said, at the beginning of the year, I was also with these finishes that he had early on. I was like, it's going to be when, not if at this point. But now it's kind of if is coming back here for me. It might be hot as balls outside, but this is not the time to be cooling off in the race car right now, especially as the competition heats up. D plus Jimmy Johnson, C after class, bud. Oh, and I want to give one honorable mention to the NASCAR Aero package for the Cup Series at Pocono. Big fat stinking F. Time for change. That being said, class dismissed.
Wait, I got one more person that we're gonna have to have see you after class. Mother Nature, this is your ninth F. You're basically going to have to retake the whole course and repeat the grade.
I already expelled Mother Nature at this point. So, yeah, NASCAR Aero package, Mother Nature's already gone. She's off my roster. I threw her papers out, shredded them up and everything. So, that being said, class dismissed, boys.
All right, guys. So, that'll do it for us at the Stock Car Spectacle. I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Mike Gamble.
And I'm Professor Nick Kinzel.
And guys, you can follow us on all social media platforms. You can listen to us on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can watch our videos on YouTube if you're listening to us on podcast platforms. Make sure to follow our good buddy Patrick Cotto with the Cotto's Mojo podcast. He's got a great Chicagoland sports-based podcast. And make sure to follow our friends at Ashland Heddens Racing. So that'll do it for us, guys. Have a good one.